Going live, and you are looking live. It's sold out Giants Stadium, where today the 16-0 New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Houston Texans. Why the Houston Texans 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody at all out there? Anybody going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening? From the bottom of my heart, I greatly, greatly appreciate you guys rock. Or anybody spends any time at all watching a replay of this, once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Going to try to go about 30 minutes here, right? Tonight, as I do, I always try to do, shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say? Just throw it in the chat box there, right? I usually check on it like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So anybody got, anything to say, just throw it in there. And I usually respond to like anything. Anything goes in the chat box because comments or whatever in chat box are usually few and far between. So usually anything that goes in there, I respond to. All right. Now, before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it so much. The top link in the description box, there's a link there. And there's 3 different membership levels for my channel. Okay, the first one's called the Saquon. The second one's called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third one, if you want to help support my channel, is called the Gridiron. All right, each one's got their own little perks to them and everything. There's loyalty badges. There's emojis. I got 4 emojis. I'll be having a 5th one coming out soon. Okay, as well. So anybody want to help support my channel, once again, it's the top link in the description box. It would mean so much to me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button below. Also hit the like button. That would help my videos out so much. And also hit the bell icon too. That way, next time I go live or I put a video out, you'll be notified. And then also, in the description box, there's a couple other links too. One of them is to, I got a couple pages, but one's to a group. It's called, oddly enough, called the Gridiron, the New York Giants Gridiron. I got over 1,800 members in there right now. So click on that. Please become a member. All right. There's new stuff going in there every day. There's usually like 3, 4, 5 different things going in there every day. Other people from, other group members, sometimes they share, they put stuff in there as well too. So there's new stuff going in there all the time. Then also there's a link as well too. Okay. It's to the page. Once again, that's called the Gridiron, right? But it's a page. Usually the stuff is different that they share in the page and in the group. Okay. The page is 261 people who like it and 311 people following it. All right. So please click the link, like the page, and follow it too. It means so much to me. As I said, there's usually every day, there's usually 4 or 5 new things going in the page and the group every day. All right. So there's fresh stuff all the time going in there. All right. So with all that stuff out of the way, what we got is some good news. All right. Usually it's nice to have some good news on the injury front, all right, with the Giants. Okay. And it seems like Daniel Bellinger is kind of doing well. Okay. On the injury update. Now let's see here. I got this one article here I saw. Although the Giants have managed a 6-2 record entering Week 10 of the season, they have had to deal with injuries to numerous key players. Shocking. I know. Yep. One of these key players to go down was tight end Daniel Bellinger, 22-year-old rookie out of San Diego State. 4th-round pick in 2022 draft. As we're finding out now, is a very, very good pick. Bellinger was a steady target for quarterback Daniel Jones in the first 7 games of the year. He caught 16 passes for 152 yards and a pair of touchdowns, while averaging 9.5 yards per reception. Bellinger also had a 2-yard rushing touchdown. Let's not forget that against the Packers too, right? Scoring on an end around in a Giants London victory against the Green Bay Packers. But in their 23-17 victory over Jacksonville Jaguars, right, Bellinger was the victim of a freak accident. He was inadvertently poked in the eye by the Jaguars linebacker Devin Lloyd, resulting in a fractured eye socket that required immediate surgery. So now, while there was some initial concern that he might be out for the remainder of the season after the gruesome incident, the rookie is hopeful that he'll return to the field before the end of the year. And I also saw there was a picture of him. I believe it was in the, I guess the locker room. Seemed like some of the swelling was going down. Looked like, he was, seemed to be doing better. He said, I'm confident that I can play again this season. Just getting out there running the last couple of days felt good. Really just kind of getting the swelling to go down completely. And once the eye is level with my other eye, the vision will be even better. According to Bellinger, doctors had to go under his eye and put a plate in to fix the bone. Wow, jeez. His septum also had to be fixed as well. Unbelievable. And although the swelling has significantly decreased in the area, Bellinger said he still has slight double vision, which doctors have said is normal and will eventually dissipate. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. My God. Bellinger said they said the plate is supposed to fuse to the bone. Wow. Bellinger said, so I'm letting that heal and going with how my vision and I feel. It's getting better day by day. Bellinger said 3 things need to happen before he's likely to receive the green light to return. He has to wait for the swelling to dissipate completely, for the double vision to go away, and for the plate installed in his eye to fuse with the eye socket bone. Wow. Thus far, the rookie, who wasn't placed on injury reserve, said he's been able to do some running, but he hasn't tried catching any passes yet. When he does, he said he'll wear a visor probably for the rest of his career. Okay, very good move. Very good move. I like that. I was kind of wondering, because I remember when back in, it was 85, I believe it was, I think was Mark Bavaro broke his jaw. Okay, he had one of the smaller face masks. Okay, and against the Saints, he broke his jaw. Then, pretty much kind of after that, he went to a bigger face mask, which covered up his entire face. Okay, and I guess also helped protect, maybe his jaw and all a little bit more. All right, so I was kind of wondering if Daniel Bellinger was going to go to something a little bit more exotic with this face mask or anything like that, not wanting to get poked in the face again, right? Like what wound up happening. So apparently, I guess he said, that I guess now he's going to hopefully wear a visor forever. That'll help prevent anybody poking their face and their fingers in there, their fist or whatever like that, and having anything like this happen again, man, because it's horrible. There's just certain things, getting paralyzed, right? Losing your eyesight, things like that for playing just for the love of the game is just, absolutely horrible. And you never, ever want to see, anything like that. Bellinger recalled being initially terrified when first poked in the eye by the Jaguars defender Devin Lloyd. I didn't know it was bleeding as much as it was at first. It was all numb. So I thought it was just sweat coming down. I didn't realize it was blood until a little later, Bellinger said. Man. Horrifying injury. Horrifying. And just good to see that, hopefully with the help of the visor, okay, hopefully he's, on a better days, all right? And hopefully the injury will be, hopefully this will never happen to him again, okay? And hopefully his vision comes back and everything. Wish him absolutely nothing but the best because you don't want nobody to get to hurt. Then I saw, there was another little article here. Somebody was trying to predict, shall we say, what do we got here? NFL.com. Oh, it's from Cynthia Freeland. Cynthia Freeland. Okay, from NFL.com. What she has here, she predicts the 2022 NFL midseason win total projection for the NFC. She has the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Seahawks. Those three teams nabbing the wild card spots. Now, what she winds up also having is because the Seahawks, okay, are in first place. So now what she winds up having is she has the San Francisco 49ers catching the Seahawks and going in first place, okay? So she has them where the 49ers win the division and the Seahawks slip to second place, but still sliding into the third wild card spot, okay? So she has the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Seahawks all getting the wild card. Of course, she has, of course, the Eagles. She has them with 14.5 wins. Let's see here. She says, my win share model, which is driven by computer vision, forecasts Jalen Hurts to finish the season with a league-leading number of 6.58 games, narrowly edging out Josh Allen's forecast figure of 6.4. I don't know what the hell that is. They got so many stats here. It's absolutely unbelievable. But let's see here. The Eagles, let's see here. So apparently, according to her, they're not gonna go undefeated. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. They got to play the Commanders on Monday night. Another losing team. Then they got to play another losing team. Well, actually, the Commanders, I think 4-4, 4-5, whatever. But anyway, then they got to play. They got to play another losing team, the Colts. Then they got to play another losing team, the Packers. Then they finally play a team that has a winning record. Then they got to play Tennessee. Then they got to play the Giants. Then they got to play, another team with a losing record. They got to play the Bears. Then they got to play the Cowboys. Okay, that's on Saturday, the day before Christmas in Dallas, okay? Unfortunately, with the easy schedule that the Eagles have, and they have no injuries whatsoever, they'll probably have everything sewn up by then. But they got to play the Cowboys. Hopefully the Cowboys beat the living crap out of them. Then they got to play the Eagles again. I'm sorry, the Eagles. Then they got to play the Saints, okay, on New Year's Day. Then they got to play the Giants. And then they finish the end of the season, they got to play the Giants. Okay, so that's the Eagles' schedule. But what do we got here? So they got the Eagles. And then they got the Vikings, okay? They got she has the Vikings with her projected win total and everything. She has the Vikings winning like 12.9 games, so that's about 13. So she has the Vikings being like 13-4. So apparently the Vikings are going to lose like, I guess, 3 games out of they're 7-1, or I think right now 7-1. So I don't know. But then they have the Cowboys, okay, who are 6-2 right now. They're going to win 12 games according to her projections, okay, and obviously wind up coming in second place. Right, the Eagles are going to win like 14 or 15 games. They got the Cowboys winning 12, so the Cowboys will wind up being in second place, getting the 1 wild card spot. Then what they have here, what she has here with her projections, is see, the 49ers now are 4-4. Okay, so she has them going, they said 8 games, and they got 9 games, right? So she has them going basically like 6-3 in the next half of the season, and want to finish in basically around, like, I guess, around 10-7, winning the West, okay? Because she has, where we got? Yeah, kind of winning, I guess, because, well, her win, but she has 10.4 wins for the 49ers. She has the Seahawks with 9.9 wins. So, she has the 49ers with a little over 10 wins and the Seahawks with a little less than 10 wins. So let's see. Let me see here. The Seahawks remaining schedule here. Because basically, according to her, calculations, she has all right, let's see here. The Seahawks got to play the Bucks, okay, this weekend. Tough game, okay? Then they got to bye. Then they got the Raiders. Then they got the Rams. Then they got the Panthers. Then they got to play the 49ers, okay? but they got to play the Rams twice. They got to play the Rams, and then the last weekend of the season, they got to play the Rams. The Seahawks also have to play the Jets. I mean, they got a tough schedule. They got to play the Rams. They got to play the Jets, okay, at home. But then they got to play the Chiefs. They got to play the 49ers. Then they got to play the Rams again, right? So they got to, and then they got to play in Tampa. So they got a tough schedule, very, very tough schedule. Okay, so that quite possibly might be why, according to her projections or whatever, he has the 49ers catching the Seahawks and being in first place. So she has the Seahawks coming in, as the third wild card. She has the Giants winning 10 games. So basically, the Giants are 6-2. All right, so the Giants are basically going to go pretty much like 4-5 in the final 9 games, which I can see happening because the Giants have a tough schedule coming up. The Giants have to play the Eagles twice, the Cowboys once. We got to play and we got to play the Vikings. Okay, so we got some tough games. And we got to play the Commanders. Okay, the Commanders beat us twice last year. Taylor Heineken, whatever, he's the quarterback, right? He beat us last year, so right. So there ain't no gimmies, right? In the final 9 games for the Giants, so I can see the Giants going 4-5, quite possibly, right? But according to her, she has us having 10 wins, slipping in. Okay, apparently we'll be the second wild card team. According to these predictions or projections. All right, and then out of the NFC South, okay, she has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming out, okay, as the victors. I mean, somebody's got to win that division, right? She has the Bucs with 8.8 wins, so just about 9 wins. So I guess her projections have them winning about 9 games. So they're 4-5 right now. So apparently they got 8 games left. They're going to go, what would that be? Wow. 9 games. So they're going to go like, they got 8 games left. They're going to go like 5-3 in their last 8. So that'll give them 9 wins and 8 losses. So according to her projections, they'll be 9-8 and win that division. Okay. So, I mean, it's a bad division. As of right now, every team in that division has got a losing record, right? Tampa Bay is 4-5. Falcons are 4-5. Let's see here. I mean, then we got the Saints are 3-6 and Carolina. I mean, Carolina's 2-7. So that's a bad division right now. Very, very, very bad. Okay. But according to Cynthia Freeland, all right, she has these, she puts stuff in the computer and they spit stuff out and all. So she has the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Seahawks all as the wild card teams, okay? Then we got the Eagles, the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings have a 5-game lead. Can you imagine it? Halfway through the season, they got a 5-game lead. They have 1 loss. Their next closest opponent would be the Bears, and the Packers all have 6 losses. They got a 5-game lead halfway through the season. I mean, if they lose this division, holy cow. My goodness. But then they got the Eagles, the Vikings. Okay, the 49ers are going to catch and pass the Seahawks and win the NFC West. And then the NFC South, they're going to have the Mr. Brady, probably in his last playoff appearance ever, win the division with a record of maybe 8-9 or 9-8, getting in, and that'll be Brady's quite possibly his last rodeo, possibly ever. Okay. All right, and then, all right, what do we got here? Then what I saw was another article, and it was, of course, you got to have your mock draft. Your mock drafts out there. It wouldn't be any fun if you didn't have mock drafts, right? Well, I'm sure they got mock draft. I'm sure they got 2027 mock drafts out. If you type in NFL 2027 mock drafts, I'm sure somebody will come up with something, right? So, but I saw it was pretty cool. it wasn't working out. This is from Big Blue View. Okay. I don't know who wrote it. By Chris Flum. Looks like maybe. But Big Blue View. He's got a 3-round mock draft. It means the Giants getting 4 picks because they get the 4th pick for Kadarius Toney, right? The compensatory pick from the Chiefs. Okay. It's going to be like he has it pick number 99. So basically, the Giants are going to get 4 picks out of the top 100. So they're going to get 4 good players, hopefully. Guys will be hopefully be able to put in there and give the Giants some, some instant bang for their buck, some instant return. Okay. So the one they went, all right, here in this article. Okay. The first round. Okay. Which is, you gotta be, got to be realistic here. Okay. The Giants, she has the Giants picking number 27th overall, or whoever this guy is, Chris, has the Giants picking 27th overall. Okay. That's a far cry from where we have been picking, like in the top 10 all the time or whatever, right? So you got to be realistic, right? If there's a quarterback out there, I'm just saying, right? There's no way, that we're going to have. I mean, this draft class has been a little disappointing as far as quarterbacks. Okay, it was supposed to be a phenomenal draft class with quarterbacks. It was supposed to be a plethora of quarterbacks throughout the first round. You can just pick any quarterback. It was supposed to be like 5 or 6 quarterbacks going the first round, maybe a few in the top 5, but there would be like maybe another 3 or 4 in the last 20, 25 picks or so. They're all supposed to be quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are playing. If you needed a quarterback, this is the year. Well, it's not really turning out to be quite so that good, shall we say. There's probably going to be a few quarterbacks, right, going to go up high, okay? And those might be the if you want to say the word franchise quarterbacks, okay, going in the top 5 or 6 or whatever, right? Then there might be some maybe sprinkled here or there, but I don't know if there's going to be any, stone cold lock guarantee franchise quarterbacks going in, the pick 15 or pick 20 or pick 25, whatever. So for the Giants, you can pretty much forget about them picking a quarterback in the first round. Okay. Looking for Daniel Jones maybe to come back next year. Okay. And the Giants maybe try to do some stuff maybe to help him out. Okay. Give him some firepower. Okay. So in this mock draft, that's what they have. Okay. In the first round, they have in this mock draft, they have Quentin Johnston, a wide receiver from TCU. Okay. It says here, I'm higher on the Giants receiving corps than a lot of people, and I think that they made the right move in not spending draft capital. That's right, to add a receiver at the 2022 trade deadline. Yeah, because what they can get for a first-round pick or a second-round pick is probably probably better than what they were going to wind up getting, right? In a trade. Okay, so instead of spending the precious trade cap, the draft capital, right? Shane held on to that. Okay, which I got to give him a lot of props for. I mean, it's tough because everybody, wanted the Giants to add receiver or a receiver, at least one wide receiver or whatever like that. Trade away a pick or so, get a receiver in there that can help the team. But he didn't do that. Okay, he's looking for the long-term goal of the team. Okay. The Giants don't have a true number 1 option on their offense, and I couldn't pass up on this opportunity to add one. I don't expect Johnston to be available this late after the draft process gets into full swing. So I'm jumping on the opportunity to select him here. 6'4", 215 pounds with great length and potentially elite athletic traits. Johnston is not only big and long, but he has great acceleration, speed, and body control for his size. He might not be as quick or detailed a route runner as Jordan Addison, Keyshawn Boot, or Jackson Smith, but he isn't weak in that area either. He could be what the Giants hope Kenny Golladay would be, and a great complement for Wan'Dale Robinson and the smaller, quicker receivers. Okay, so we got Wan'Dale Robinson right now. In this draft, they're adding a bigger target. Okay, second round, I like this one here too. Okay, they added Ricky Stromberg, an offensive center from Arkansas. I still want to find a long-term answer at center, and I don't have a problem with that, right? I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, if we got our two tackles, okay, let's get somebody in there at center, okay, who if we're going to have Daniel Jones or whoever, right? But we have somebody that we have a true center. That's not bringing Nick Gates in there. Let's try him out here, All right, let's get a true center in there, okay? Stromberg could be one of the highest rated centers in the upcoming draft and blends good size at 6'4", 310 pounds with solid movement skills and hand usage. He's also an experienced center with a good football IQ who has played against some of the top interior defensive linemen in college football. Stromberg is versatile enough to man the center position as well as guard if necessary. Giants have shown a definite preference for versatility in their offensive linemen, which is true. 6'4", 310 pounds would be a nice size for a guard as well, too. Okay? And that's a philosophy that has already borne fruit for them. That could attract them to Stromberg at the end of April. So, whether he plays center or guard, I mean, we're not putting him at tackle, okay? But, we can put him in any one of those three positions in the interior. That would be huge, right? Because, I mean, a couple of things, all right, is that, which is obviously bad for a quarterback. Obviously, the edge rushers around there, beating the tackles, all right, blindsiding them or just getting a good rush on the quarterback and raising all kinds of havoc, okay? But another thing, the pressure right up the middle is something, because you want the quarterback, feel comfortable, obviously, in the pocket. But if there is pressure from the outside, you want him to be able to step up. Well, he can't step up if the pocket's being pushed on him, okay? So to have a good, solid center in there that maybe can keep the pocket in front of him clean would be huge. Okay, so that's not a bad pick either. So that would be helping Daniel Jones, with the receiver, and now we'll have a center. Okay, so then I said, if we get him, right, if Lemieux can stay healthy by some miracle, we got Gates, right? We've got Evan Neal, we got Andrew Thomas, right? We got Azudu, we got McKeithen, we got a bunch of guys that the Giants drafted. Okay, they're homegrown guys and all that stuff and everything. Very, very good, way to help build the offensive line. Okay, that way we can let Lewinsky go. Hopefully in a year or so, we may not re-sign Feliciano, right? Maybe we can let some of these other guys go. But this that wouldn't be a bad pick either. I wouldn't mind at all spending a pick on a center in the second round. Then the third round, okay, they got to go into the defensive side, right? Two linebackers, okay? One of them, we need inside linebacker help, which is huge, which we need help, okay? So in the third round, the 91st pick overall, they got Jack Campbell, an inside linebacker from Iowa, okay, in this mock draft, right? The Giants need to do something about their linebacker corps. Yes, Wink Martindale prefers to use defensive backs. And yes, absolutely. I mean, the defensive backs has huge advantages to it. Okay, help them in the run game and all that. But sometimes there's just times, okay, where the other team running game, when you got a smaller guy in there, like maybe a Belton or a Collins, some guys like even Tay Crowder, stuff like smaller guys, they go up against offensive linemen and they get engulfed, okay? And they can't get off the blocks, right? Maybe Sexy Dexter might be taking on a double team. Leo the Lion might be taking on one or two guys or whatever. But so they're taking up some blocks, but there's going to be some holes there, okay? So it's up to the guys in the second level there to, take on a block, shed the block, and make the tackle. And far too often we're finding, guys are not getting off the blocks. And that's why, we're seeing some nice runs against the Giants. Okay. So we can have a good inside linebacker, right? Which would be, really, really, really helpful. And then what they're also going to do is in the next pick is also somebody who can help in coverage too. So the 91st pick overall, they got Jack Campbell, inside linebacker from Iowa. Okay. Let's see, Giants linebacker in the middle of the defense. And frankly, this is a position the team has needed to upgrade for a long, long time. I've seen Campbell described as a throwback linebacker, and this fits perfectly. He's big, strong, and quick to close downhill, yet also athletic enough to cover in shallow zones. He's a tackling machine, which we need. Okay. There was also some production as a pass defender. His size and length could make him also an intriguing option as a movable piece in Martindale's blitz schemes. Campbell also has a sky-high football IQ, which is huge for the Giants, right? Smart, intelligent guys, versatile guys, too. And was named a permanent captain, which is huge, too, for the Giants, okay? You'll notice that they were going after team captains this past season as well, too. So he's a team captain for Iowa's team back in 2021, okay? So being a team captain is something that Shane looks for, all right? All right, so then we got the 99th overall pick. We got his last name is Dennis, linebacker from Pittsburgh. Okay. While the Giants didn't trade for players during the season, they just picked up another third-round pick, which is huge. Okay. You know, they had to trade away their first-round pick, but they got a third-round pick in return. Hopefully, it will be a top 100 pick. We don't yet know what pick it will be. Okay. Compensatory picks haven't been awarded yet, but it will be nice of Pro Football Network to include it in their draft machine. So it's going to be around the 100th pick. Could be 102, could be 101, 103. Here they have it number 99. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay. But it'll be around 100. Okay. So in this article, the guy says, I decided to double down on a linebacker position and add some speed to complement Campbell, which would be fantastic. Adding two guys. Okay. I mean, if we got Leo the Lion there and we got Sexy Dexter, okay, we're good in the middle. Then if we got Kayvon and we got Azeez, we got Ellison Smith, right? Man, we got Toman Fox, right? You know, we'll have some guys on the edge. Okay. So we'll have some edge guys. Okay. We need help in the middle. Help in the middle. We're going to get DJ Davidson back to help in the defensive front. You can always get another, if we're going to get Williams back maybe next year, we'll have to see. But, you know, I mean, you can always get, some help, backing up Leo the Lion or Sexy Dexter, right? But, so we got our edge rushers. We got the guys in the middle. Okay. We need some guys behind them. Okay. Dennis is a smart, athletic off-ball linebacker. He doesn't have an imposing build at 6'1", 230 pounds. Okay. But he brings plenty of athleticism to play in space in the modern NFL, which is huge. Okay. Dennis also played basketball and lacrosse in high school, and he puts those wheels to work in coverage and pursuit, which is huge. The Giants, always seem to have a problem with the linebackers in coverage, right? So if we can get somebody, who's very athletic, right? He's also a frequent blitzer in Pittsburgh's defense, which would serve him well in Martindale's scheme too, okay, which would be huge, right? But if we get somebody fast, maybe go from sideline to sideline, good in coverage, all right, good at blitzing, that ain't bad. So, I mean, for them to double up, because we have, and we can always use somebody in the secondary too, don't get me wrong, okay? But if we ever get Holmes, right, we get Cordell Flott, if we can ever get Rodarius Williams healthy, wouldn't that be a miracle? Aaron Robinson, if we could ever get him healthy, wouldn't that be a miracle? We got Adoree Jackson, right? But I'm saying that, who knows? We're going to maybe sign Landon Collins again. Who knows? But we got Julian Love. Hopefully we can re-sign him. We got Dane Belton. He's our draft pick, right? We got Xavier McKinney. If he can stay off the ATVs and stop getting hurt, we'll have him, right? We're going to get Darian Beavers back, because hopefully it'd be nice to see him on the field, right? So we're going to have a nice defense, okay? So we add a couple more nice little pieces to it would be just fine. Our big problem is we got to stay healthy, but in this mock draft, that's all this is. It's just a mock draft, I kind of like this. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. We need help, okay? Especially the inside linebacker position, okay? And the doubling down on the two linebackers, I don't got a problem with that at all. We don't need that. We don't need edge rushers. We don't need interior defensive linemen. Unless there's somebody out there who's just unbelievable, who's such a steal. You take the best man available, obviously. But I like the wide receiver. We need a wide receiver. Okay, and we double down on wide receivers. I wouldn't have a problem with that either. Go first round and second round wide receivers. Bring them on, right? I mean, we get Wan'Dale Robinson, then we have maybe Daniel Bellinger back. Maybe we can grab another tight end, maybe in the fourth round or so, if there's another one out there who's a decent guy, right? But I mean, if we get Wan'Dale Robinson, you first round, second round wide receivers. We signed Saquon, right? We get a nice offensive line. That'll really help Daniel Jones out a lot. So I wouldn't mind that. But that mock draft wasn't too bad. Obviously, there's going to be 300,000 mock drafts between now and next season. So I just saw that. I thought it was pretty cool, so I put that out there. But it's been 35 minutes, guys. I've been shooting my mouth off for that long. Anybody who spent any time at all watching this, or anybody spends any time at all watching the replay of this, from the bottom of my heart, guys, you guys absolutely rock. Absolutely love it. Thank you. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.